Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to an episode, part of my Halloween horror game series. So today I want to do a quick review because, like I said before, for this series is not only going to be Let's Plays, mostly Let's Plays, but not all Let's Plays. Well, yeah, not only Let's Plays, I should say. So yeah, what this game actually was supposed to do before I had this issue with my teeth and everything, the problem I had with it, so I didn't get to do it for like 2 weeks ago, almost a week ago, a week ago I should say, and that is for Triangle Strategy on the Switch and everything. I briefly spoke about this game, but I completed it, finished the game, and I actually beat it twice. I got two different endings already in this game, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really good game and everything like that. And so now I can finally do like a full review on it and everything since I beat the game twice and everything. So yeah, so I was hooked with this game, guys. I was really hooked and everything. I actually have two games I want to talk about real quick, but I'm gonna wait till after I talk about this. I'll save it for the end and everything like that. But yeah, but this was a really good game. I really liked it. It definitely reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics, which of course is because it's from Square Enix and everything like that. I guess you could say one of the few. I guess like one of the well, some of the IPs I should say, like the newer IPs or whatever like that within in the studios I can actually appreciate and everything, and I have to say kudos for that. Kudos to Square Enix for that and everything. Making something different. It's not always about Final Fantasy or whatever like that. This is something different from that, and this was a really good one and everything like that. I really hope they will continue doing this with I guess whatever different team, or I don't know how it goes in studios or whatever like that. Who's in charge of making these new like IPs for these new RPGs, JRPGs, and stuff like that. But they really did a good job with it, and I gotta give them props where it's due. Like I said, not really a fan of Square Enix anymore, but I do appreciate these little IPs for these games that they come out with here and there, where it's not always about Final Fantasy and how they just ruin Final Fantasy 7 remake and Final Fantasy 7 by making a remake from in my opinion and everything like that. And also that new Final Fantasy Tactics that came out, the Evil's Chronicles, how you pronounce it. Yeah, I was definitely not interested in that. I already had spoke about it as well. Like I wasn't a fan of it or whatever like that. And I did see the changes and everything since the game came out already, like what, a week ago now. And yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I rather stick to the original or whatever like that. So yeah, and I think some people have pointed out some things they changed that he wasn't happy with. I forgot what it was, but I did see something about some article about that. I think it was like 3 days ago, whatever like that, or 2 days ago. But yeah, so I'm not a fan of it, and I'm not getting it. I don't know what you guys think of it. Whoever got the game, what do you guys think? Whatever. But I rather stick to the original that I remember growing up from my childhood, and that is the one for the PS1 and all that. But like I said, I appreciate Square Enix for making these type of JRPGs something new, in the arsenal or whatever like that, and not just always remastering or remaking a lot of their games that was really popular back then that I feel like always ruin or butcher. So that's just my opinion on it. But anyways, what's it? No, I know I showed you guys already before, but show you guys again and everything. But yeah, so it definitely reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics and everything. The story was really great. I always liked what's it? Let me just put it down. This is happening in my head like this, but yeah, but I always liked JRPGs or like any RPG in general where it's like something about a war going on, like like it's a war torn like world or whatever, with like two factions or three factions or four factions, fighting against each other, fighting for land or whatever like that. So I always like that. I always like that in JRPGs, and this is the game that has it, and it's great. I always like that. For some reason, it just fits well, especially when it comes to strategy JRPGs or whatever. It just fits really well when it comes to a war type of like setting and everything like that. So that's why we like, and it's just crazy. Like it was just like this is really like what's it? Real like from mature audience or whatever like that. There's blood and everything like that. People dying and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's such a great game and everything like that. Something you don't really see, nowadays when it comes to a lot of these developers now and everything like that. Like I feel like a lot of these games now from these developers are just, like they don't really go all out anymore. A lot of them are like censored, like I said before. I said, like in previous videos or whatever like that. They were like censored or like, you know, woke or politically correct or some other shit, But when it comes to Japanese devs, they don't play that. And this game definitely delivered when it comes to like, being for the mature audience and everything like that. With the depths blood and all that other stuff, you know. So yeah, so it's what I like, and cursing. I think there was cursing as well in it, if I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I should say. But yeah, so I love the story. The story was really great. It really like just kept me like hooked and everything like that. It was such a good story, and the two main things I really liked about it was the story and also, reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics and everything like that. So it was such a great game. There was like one negative actually. That was it two negatives? I think it was one. I think it was two negatives I have. Maybe it was one. But one of the biggest issues I have is when it comes to battling. Like there's no random battles on the real map or whatever like that, like how it was in Final Fantasy Tactics or whatever like that. You have to go to your camp. It's called an encampment or whatever. You go there and you can like talk to some lady or whatever like that. Well, I guess it was like some bartender kind of whatever. And then you have to talk to her, and that's how you can do like certain like I guess you could say like missions in a way, as battles, but you get certain things when you complete it or whatever like that, and that's how you can like pretty much like grind and level up or whatever like that, which I wasn't a big fan of honestly. I never liked that, and it was the same thing they did in what's it, the Tactics Ogre Reborn, that remaster for Tactics Ogre. I didn't like that as well, that they got rid of the random encounters on the real map, and then they changed it where you go to some, damn, what was it, like it was like some sort of like dungeon, like some sort of forest or whatever like that. I forgot what it was, and then that's the only place you can really do like go to like really like level up or grind or whatever like that. The only other way is of course if you follow the story or whatever like that, and you get into the fights that way. When it comes to the main story in that game, Tactics Ogre, Reborn. And I wasn't a fan of that at all. I wasn't even a fan of that game, period, honestly. I preferred the one on the PSP was my favorite. And honestly, so that's just like what I was saying before, like when it comes to these newer IPs or whatever, I feel like they do really well with it. But when it comes to their older games in their arsenal, I feel like they always butcher it. So that's another one right there I didn't like. And then the Tactics, with the Final Fantasy Tactics remastered, not a fan of that either. Final Fantasy 7 remake, definitely not a fan of that. That is still milking to this day, because I think they have a new one that just came out or something like that. Called Integrate or whatever the hell the name is. But yeah, but is like Tactics. I mean, well, with this game, sorry, not forget about Tactics over. But yeah, let's go back to this. But yeah, but with Triangle Strategy, I wasn't a fan of that at all. Like when it comes to the battle, and like there was no random encounters or whatever on the run map, and I really do miss that when I used to do that in Final Fantasy Tactics. I think that's another thing, if I'm not mistaken, they also got rid of in that remaster is the random battles on the real map. I think they changed it where you can just select at any time when you want to go into a battle, which I don't like, honestly. I prefer the random encounters. I know some of you guys probably don't like that, but that's what I grew up on. I'm fine with it. It's not an issue with me. I'm used to it. I've been dealing with JRPGs, that have random encounters for like years now, so I don't see a problem with it. But yeah, so I feel like when you don't have that, it just feels like the game's like kind of easy to me. Like, okay, there's no battles going on, or you can skip battles, or you can avoid battles, or whatever. Like, so what's the point in the game? So I'm not a fan of that at all. But yeah, and so I don't like that they did that in Triangle Strategy. I'm guessing a lot of the RPGs gonna be like this, which I'm not a fan of, honestly. But I mean, well, not all, because one of the games I actually wanted to talk about and is it does have random encounters, so it's way different and everything. But what else I wanted to say in Triangle Strategy? Minus the story, like I said, the story was good. It reminds me of Final Tactics. I love the war setting and everything with the three factions going against each other. That was really good. Um, all the characters, like all the characters I liked and everything like that. And the voiceover just made it much better for the characters. When you get to hear more about their story or whatever like that, or what they're fighting for. Like with Prince Roland, I really liked him and everything like that. Like how he's fighting to get back his kingdom, Glenbrook, or whatever. And the main character, that was his name again. The main character, it's got a weird name. I forgot already. The main protagonist that you were. No, it's like with an S. Yeah, I forgot his name. Already. I mean, well, I haven't. This is something I want to talk about before, but let me see if his name is on here. But nope, it's not. But yeah, I completely forgot. But something was so I remember, I forgot his name. Something with SE something. But whatever. But I like him too and everything like that. And I like his personality. I really like him. He's not one of these, like, I would say, like one of these protagonists you play as is like always like a coward or always like a goody two shoe, whatever like that. He's not like that. So that's what I really liked about him and everything. And Prince Rowan, like I said, I really liked him a lot. And the other ones, I forgot a couple of their names or whatever like that. But I do like the characters, man. The characters are great. You know, they really, you know, fit with the game, with the story and everything like that. And also you can learn more about the stories from the encampments and everything like that. And then recruiting new party members was cool. I like how they did that and everything like that. So that was really nice and everything. So, but like I said, the random encounters I wasn't a big fan of. And oh yeah, about the weapons. I think that was another one I was gonna talk about. Where you can't go to stores to like buy weapons or whatever like that. You can only go to your encampment, and that's where you can like buy stuff. I think only like once, no, a few times actually in the free roam mode, which is really cool, where you can actually find a merchant where you can buy stuff, but you don't buy weapons or whatever like that. That stuff, I mean, your weapon you can upgrade from your encampment. When you get like certain items, you can upgrade your weapon that way. You can't buy new weapons, which I don't like. You don't buy armor, honestly. I don't remember ever seeing armor in the game. You can buy accessories, whatever like that. You can put on two different pieces of accessories, like a ring or whatever like that, or a belt, or whatever, like to increase your attack or whatever like that. They have that, but there is no armor to buy. You don't buy weapons. You can only upgrade your weapons once you get to certain required items or whatever like that to upgrade. So I wasn't a fan of that. And I wasn't a fan of like you can only buy things, you know, from within the encampment. I mean, I do like the free roam mode. I forgot to mention that as well. That's all I just talked about. So a good thing I mentioned that to pop to my head now. But I do like the free roam mode. That was really cool to add and everything like that. So it's pretty much like picture, you know, Final Tactics, where some parts of the game where you could actually walk around, like run around and stuff like that on the map. So I really like that. That was a really cool feature they added. But it's only for specific like points, like specific chapters where you can do that. So yeah, so it's not like something like permanent or whatever like that. But it was cool that they added that, you know. But I wouldn't have minded if it wasn't there because, like I said, I'm used to strategy role playing games. It's not a problem with me. I don't mind, you know, like just the way they are. But that was a nice, cool addition they added and everything with the free roam mode. So I thought that was really nice. And what else? Yeah, I do like I said. Well, I didn't say that, but I do like that there's a lot of endings and everything. Like I said, I got two different endings. I don't remember how many endings are in total, but it's just based on all your decisions you make or whatever throughout the chapters or whatever like that. Because there's like 22 chapters, 24, something around there, if I'm not mistaken. That phone I couldn't remember and everything like that. Because I'm going based off like when I beat this game a week ago. So yeah, almost 2 weeks ago, I should say. But yeah, like about 2 weeks and everything. So I know there's a lot of different like decisions you can make, which alters the path, like the story and like different paths you take, whatever like that, and which ending you get and everything. So that I really liked a lot, you know, because that was something that they didn't have in Final Tactics, which I always wish they did have. But in Tactics Ogre, they do have that as well, you know, the decision making and everything like that. I mean, I do like the decision making more in Tactics Ogre than when it comes to this game with Triangle Strategy, because I don't really like that whole voting thing where you guys have to vote and everything. You bring out this thing called the scales of convictions or whatever conviction or whatever like that, and you guys like just pretty much like you can vote on which choice we're gonna, you know, which what we're gonna do, you know, what's our decision or whatever like that, or we gonna side with this person or, you know, not side with them, if we're gonna go this route or we not go this route or whatever like that. That's how it is. So you gotta go based on the votes from each of your main members in your party and everything like that. And that's how the story goes like that. Which I wasn't a fan of the first playthrough, but when you I think beat the game and you do a second playthrough, then it's pretty much you can just they'll just agree with you or whatever, whatever like that, you know. So you'll have more choice over your decisions or whatever like that, and not forced to take a different decision, because a different path, because a lot of your people, your party, don't agree with you and they want to go a different route, you know. So yes, I wasn't really a fan of that. I just rather you just had a dialogue option that you can choose, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna go against this person, I'm gonna side with this person, I'm gonna go this route, you know, or whatever like that. I'm gonna go to this nation first, you know, things like that. That's how I prefer it and everything. But I think that's about it that I wanted to mention with Triangle Strategy. Yeah, like I said, it's a really good game. I don't know why they chose the name Triangle Strategy. I feel like they came up with a better name. But whatever. But it is a good game, so definitely I would say if I was to rate it with a 5-star system, I would give it, I'll say I give it a 4.5 out of 5. That's what I want to say. Because like I said, it has some negatives which I'm not really too big on or whatever like that. But other than that, it's still a good game. I still feel like there should have been more because another thing real quick I forgot to mention. I feel like they could have had more battles and everything like that. There wasn't much battles and everything. I feel like it was just mostly just a lot of like story pretty much, just following the story. But I feel like there wasn't that much battles to do, so I wasn't really a big fan of that. So I wish they would have added more like fighting, because I feel like it was not too much. It's just you going through chapter. It's like I went through a couple of chapters without battles. Like what's going on? Where's the fights at? Whatever like that. So I wasn't big on that. So that's why I give it a 4.5 out of 5 because what's it? Or if I wanted to rate it a different way, that's a 4 out of 5 or whatever. Because yeah, I wish they would have had more battles. I wish there was a little bit more like to it, the game, whatever like that. I feel like it was kind of like, like without the battles, more of the reading, going through the chapters. I feel like it could have been a little bit more. It could have squeezed into this game, whatever like that. So I wish I could have got a little bit more out of this game. But other than that, I still highly recommend it for you guys that love strategy RPGs, specifically strategy JRPGs. And you guys are big fans of the Final Fantasy Tactics. And then, well, I guess you can say the series, even though the other two I wasn't really big on, except for A2, Final Fantasy Tactics A2 on the DS. That one was pretty good. So yeah, Grimoire the Rift, however you pronounce it, that one was pretty good. But anyways, if you guys like the series, Final Fantasy Tactics and everything like that, I'd say you definitely should check this one out. It was really good, and I really enjoyed it. Really great game, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. This is something I'm gonna keep, something I am gonna go back to because I would like to get the other endings and everything like that. But like I said, I really wish there was a little bit more I could have got out of this game or whatever like that. But other than that, it's still a good game. I enjoyed it. So anyways, so real quick, because since we're on the subject of JRPGs and Square Enix, there's two more here I got. One of them I already mentioned in my Let's Play of Dread Flats 2 days ago, and that is Octopath Traveler 2. I decided to give this game another chance, and the reason why I decided to give this game another chance is because of Triangle Strategy and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give these other games, these other different like games that in Square Enix, in Square Enix library, whatever like that, that's not Final Fantasy, whatever like that. Just give them a chance again and see if I like them. I played this before, and I played the demo already on this channel. I think that was like 2 years ago, I want to say, or was that 3 years ago? I don't remember when this game came out. This game, 2023. All right, so yeah, it was back in 2023. I played this and everything. That's the demo I played and everything. I think it was like a 30-minute demo, maybe an hour demo. And then I told you guys I wasn't really a big fan of, for the people who watch it anyways. But I wasn't really a big fan of it at first because like the HD 2D thing, I'm not too big on it, whatever like that. Like I still prefer like a PS1 style look, with how the world looks. But it grew on me, with Triangle Strategy, because Triangle Strategy does look similar to this with like how the style looks. I still prefer, the PS1 style or whatever like that. So I really wish I can get something like that. They should definitely do something like that. That would be great, But it grew on me. I liked it. So I mean, since I've been playing this, I like it now. The roads do look nice and beautiful, whatever like that. And I do like the story so far. It definitely reminds me. This game definitely reminds me of Romance. Romance and Saga. Wait, was it Romance Saga? No, I think that was another name for it. But what's the actual name for it? Damn, what was the name of it? But you guys know what I'm talking about. But Romance and Saga was the one for the PS2. But pretty much the games within that whole series, whatever like that, where you pretty much like, it's not linear. You just pretty much take your own route or whatever like that, So that's what this game definitely reminds me of, because that's what you're doing. That's what you do and everything. And yeah, I've been really enjoying this game. Like since I got this game like 2 weeks ago, whatever, I've been just like hooked to it because I got this game right after Triangle Strategy, after I beat it and everything like that. After I beat it twice, then I got this game, and I've been hooked to it. I've been playing it a lot and everything like that. I got really far in the game and everything. I'm in level 40s now or whatever. I think like level 43 now, 44 right now with my characters. I chose for my main character, Hikari. That's my main protagonist I chose and everything. So that's him right there. Yeah, because when I played this on the demo on this channel, he was the one that I chose to be my main protagonist or whatever like that. And then I already got all these other people I recruited already. So I got everybody. You do get a trophy once you get all of them. So yeah, so once you recruit everybody, and they all have their own story to tell or whatever like that. And yeah, it's just such a good game and everything. I got my boat now and everything, which cost me a lot of money to get. I saved up, but I got the boat, so now I can travel now on the road map. It was really cool. I like it. Really good game and everything like that. It's another one I do recommend. and I gave it another chance, and I like it. You know, it really grew on me and everything like that. So this is definitely something I would definitely recommend as well for you guys that like JRPGs and stuff like that. Especially when it comes to like the older JRPGs from the PS1 and PS2 era. This would definitely be the one for you guys and everything like that. So now I'm definitely looking forward to Octopath Traveler O. I think it's a zero. I just call it O because it sounds better and everything like that. Because I remember I talked about that with like upcoming JRPGs I'm interested in getting when I did that video. But yeah, so I'm interested in that one as well. I think they said it comes out December 3rd or whatever like that. So yeah, so we're almost there. We're almost there because this year is flying by. Like it's crazy because I feel like 2025 just started and look at that. We already it's almost time for the holidays. This is crazy. Uh, and here's the last one from Square Enix, another one here, and that is Live Alive on the Switch. So I just got this one like 2 days ago and everything. And well, no, actually, no, I think I got it yesterday. Yeah, it's still in the plastic. I didn't open it yet. You guys can see it, whatever. Still didn't open it yet and everything. This is another one I'm ready to play soon. Not yet, but almost. I want to play a little bit more Octopath Traveler 2, but I definitely want to play this one because I think it's similar to Octopath Traveler as well, where you could pretty much like is a non-linear game where you just pretty much choose your own path or whatever like that, or story or whatever like that. So yeah, so this is another one I had played a demo back then on the PS4. It was around the same time as Octopath Traveler 2. And I wasn't really too big on it because of the same reason with the HD 2D stuff. I didn't really give it a chance, you know. So I gave Octopath Traveler 2 a chance, and I really enjoyed it, you know. And like I said, because of Triangle Strategy, why I decided to check out more of these other games, these HD 2D games from Square Enix and everything. And this one, I'll have to see how it is when I finally try it. But this one, like I said, I played a demo, and I wasn't too big on it at the time, but I didn't really give it a chance. So now I can finally give it a chance and everything like that. And everything, you know. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it when I play it. And because it sucks because they have it on the PS4, but it's only digital. They don't have a physical version, so it's so stupid. I really hate this with like with I don't know if it's Sony. I guess you could say the developer's not Sony, but like I understand it's a little bit older than the Switch, but still like Switch is just as old, and the Switch is still getting physical games. So I don't understand why the PS4 can't get these games. This doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. So yeah, so these are my games now from Square Enix. Whatever the newer games. I think actually this one is based off of an old game. I think it was for the Super Nintendo actually. So yeah, these are new IPs, but this one is not. This is just a game I think was only exclusive in Japan at the time, and they finally released it here and everything. But it was originally on the Super Nintendo in Japan and everything like that. So yeah, but yeah. So like I said, because of this game is why I decided to get these games and everything like that. And yeah, so Square Enix. So far, I gotta say, you guys been doing I'll say a little good job. Not a little good job, but a good job. Let's just say that. Yeah. So I'll give credit where it's due, right? So I'm not gonna say that. Guys have been doing a good job when it comes to these smaller games or whatever like that, you know. And like I said, I don't know if it's like a little different studio or a smaller studio they have with a different team that works on these type of games, apart from the ones from, you know, for the AAA games or whatever like that, like with the Final Fantasy 7 remakes and all that other stuff. But I don't know if what it is, but whatever you guys doing, you know, you guys doing a good job with these and everything like that. So yeah, so like I said, it was Square Enix. Still not a fan of you guys, but these are, you know, I can appreciate it and everything like that, and give credit where it's due and everything like that. So make more of these. Make more of these. And that's it, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed my review of Triangle Strategy and everything like that. Like I said, I do recommend this game. It is a good game and everything like that. You guys love Final Fantasy Tactics, the strategy role-playing games. Pick this one up. This is really good game. So yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below and everything. Have you guys ever played this or Octopath Traveler 2 and Live Alive? What do you guys thought of it, whatever like that? You know, just let me know in the comment section down below. And that's it, guys. So if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode, part of my Halloween horror game series. Take care.